At this year's Startup Grind Global Conference, I spoke with leaders from radically different industries, yet they all shared one powerful message: original thinking wins. Today, we sit down with Tom Arthur. He's a pastor and entrepreneur who is proving that leadership and innovation don't only happen in boardrooms. Expert Connections starts now. Our expert today is a different kind of leader, a pioneer of innovation in a church setting. Welcome to Expert Connections. I'm Julie Holton Smith. Pastor Tom Arthur of Sycamore Creek Church is redefining what it means to lead a community through bold creativity and some unexpected partnerships. I recently sat down with him at the 2025 Startup Grind Global Conference. Take a look. Welcome back. I am joined now by Tom Arthur, pastor at Sycamore Creek Church in Lansing. Tom, here you are at Startup Grind, pastor, not a Michigan founder, like I've been interviewing on the show, but you are one of the great connectors in the city of Lansing and the surrounding areas. And so I love that you are here at Startup Grind Global. Tell me what this experience has been like for you so far.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a weird person here. Everybody I talk to, I haven't met another pastor who's here.
Pretty weird. I mean, that's also what Startup Grind is all about, bringing community together.
Most of my personal involvement in starting things up is more in the nonprofit world, and a lot of times in the church world, but not always in the church world. And with our most recent campus, we have food startup businesses that are growing in our incubator kitchen. We kind of provide a platform for people who want to do different arts-based community engagement and to do it in an affordable space that takes away some of the risk for them of having to shell out a ton of money for a space where they can fulfill their vision or dreams. But I also network a lot in the startup world. I guess I'm a co-founder of Startup Grind Lansing, which is
Absolutely
funny to think about.
Yeah.
But I feel a little more like was a co-helper at the beginning of it pre-COVID. And I love the energy of startup spaces. I network in that space. I network on MSU's campus with these students. There's like the 2-day venture, and I'm a mentor for that. And they're trying to come up with this business idea and workshop it over 2 days and pitch it. And I go in there and I hear what these students who don't have a lot of life experience yet are trying to think about and help them think about the people involved and the human need. And so being here at a space like this, it's adjacent to a lot of conferences that I attend in relation to church startup or nonprofit startup or art startup. But there's not a lot of obvious immediate connection to the exact things that I'm doing, except that it's increasing my awareness of what's happening globally. I mean, this is the most global conference that I've been to. The amount of people here from all around the world. I sat down last night. I talked to a Nigerian startup entrepreneur. I talked to a South African entrepreneur. There's a train going by us in the background.
Noise canceling is working. We'll see.
I have Buenos Aires, Mexico. I mean, again, just all over the world. Lithuania. I talked to somebody yesterday from Lithuania. So, and then what's happening on the stage is amazing diversity of people, and all of that's happening all around the world in the startups. And of course, we're in Silicon Valley, which is this kind of storied place of tech and startup. That's going to help me help the entrepreneurs that I encounter and get connected to, whether that's a startup grind or something as simple as like the people who are using our incubator kitchen.
I also find it can be really fun to hear what's coming. Yesterday, hearing from the founder of Superhuman talking about what's next in email and other talks like that. Hearing from Kevin Systrom of Instagram, like kind of the latest and greatest technology and otherwise. Tom, I know another conversation we were having last night that is applicable back in Lansing, whether we're talking for-profit, nonprofit, community organizations, is acquisitions. And some of the big speakers on stage. One of the things you had said was, when a multi-billion-dollar company is acquiring million-dollar companies and it happens in only 4 months, it's like, okay, what were the lessons learned? How did they do that? What does that look like on a smaller scale? And that's a lot of what Sycamore Creek is doing actually in the Lansing area.
So what you're referencing was a acquisitions workshop that I attended with a billion-dollar company that had acquired $1 million company, and both of the founders were there and talking about how that happened. And they said that from the initial cold call of a message in LinkedIn, so they knew each other before. It wasn't like a cold call in the relationship, but a cold call of like, hey, what would you think about us acquiring you? Or talking about that. Didn't quite put it exactly in those terms, but from that point to the times that they signed the papers was 4 months. 4 months. Now I see like your eyes open, my eyes open. I'm like, oh my gosh, 4 months. But the guy that owned the company. So again, I'm not in this world. Like these are, I think it was Amplitude was the name of the company that was acquiring the other company. I'm not in this world. These people are not people I'm familiar with who are speaking on the stage. I know like the Instagram founder. I know Instagram. I don't actually know his name, but the guy who owned Amplitude, he apologized that it took that long, 4 months, to acquire this other company, and I was kind of blown away because we have, if we've specialized in something, our specialty is just doing weird stuff. I think as a church, but we do have a couple of experiences now of acquiring churches that are struggling. Mm-hmm. That's not the language we use. We talk about adoption. Acquiring as a business term, mm-hmm. or like a takeover, a friendly takeover, acquisition, or something like that. When you're trying to maintain a community of people and those relationship networks, it's not a takeover. But a 4-month timeline was almost unthinkable. Almost unthinkable.
Sometimes I feel like it takes longer to figure out what I'm going to wear for the day than that. But
the speed with which things happen out here is amazing. It's fun to watch.
And I love how applicable it is across any number of areas, especially as we head back to Lansing. What is something that you think will really stick with you as the conference wraps up later today? It's going on behind us right now in Fox Theater, the breakout stage next door. The tent behind us actually has another stage inside. What are some of the things that you think will continue to kind of percolate in your mind as you get on that flight to go home?
Yeah. So something that I see in these sorts of spaces, and I grew up in an entrepreneurial setting. My stepdad was a serial entrepreneur. He started a business and it failed. He started a business and it failed. He started a business and it failed. He started a business and failed. And he started a business and it was successful. And it took them all the way to retirement, and they live well in retirement at this point. And I think that sense of being willing or giving yourself the freedom to try and fail until you try enough times, it's actually, failure is not even quite the right word, like try and learn and try and learn and try and learn. Because all those failures, there's going to be a growth or there's going to be a learning. And I think in my specific world, the church world or the nonprofit world, we're really afraid of failure. I know that's true in like planting churches. The groups that I work with, they don't want failed church plants. They want successful church plants. And if you've done a church plant and you have failed at it, then they don't want to invest more in you. But there's actually like an amazing amount of learning that probably happened in that place. And in my own church, that culture, I've tried to build a culture where we experiment and fail. And the culture of the church um, doesn't penalize me as the leader for trying something and failing. Because as a church, it's different. Like, I guess you could, in a business world, you could say like your stakeholders don't penalize you for trying something and failing. But I think I'll be bringing that back as well, just more broadly to um, the food businesses in our incubator kitchen. Like, if your first run at trying to make a food business work doesn't result in something that's going to take you to retirement in this world, acquired by a larger food business, that's okay. Like, food business is not off the table for the rest of your life. Like, it may be okay, you learn something from it and you regroup and you try again. Um, or whatever it is, when I'm at a startup grind member mixer and I'm hearing what people are doing, it's okay to give it a try, and for it to not succeed, and then try something else again.
Mhm.
And that the energy, or the kind of energy behind this space that we're in, really encourages, I think, that kind of long-term learning process.
I love that. And I love that that's what you'll bring back to Lansing. Tom, thanks so much for taking time out of the conference to stop by our little podcast makeshift studio here outside Fox Theater.
We're gonna go, like, we're here. You got a big moment here. You're getting platformed right after this. Like, we did this up,
I am.
so
Yes.
you're gonna be like on the stage.
I just got a text. Yeah, I will be on the breakout stage. So we're
Okay.
gonna take a pause in our podcasting
Yeah.
to head back over to the
We're gonna
breakout
stop talking
stage.
to you, and I'm gonna listen to her up on the stage.
Yeah, should be interesting. Well, we'll see. But Tom, thank you. We'll include links too, because whether you are in the Lansing area or elsewhere, especially if you are a church and you want to look at some of the really cool things that Sycamore Creek is doing, you need to check out this food incubator and stage one. So we will include all of those links below, and we will see you over in the next video. Our huge thanks goes to Leap, Smart Zone, and Foster Swift Collins and Smith for powering this special series of Expert Connections brought to you live in Silicon Valley. That is all for this episode. We will see you over in the next video. Be sure to stay tuned for more from Michigan founders working in the world of AI and technology. We'll see you there.